Harcourts, Rata and co-auction here at number 1 Redfern Close in Thomastown. My name is Robert Ozzimo. I proudly represent the company of Harcourts, Rata and Co. And I'm joined here today by some of my award-winning colleagues in blue. Should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Rose, Joel, and of course Mr. Julian Vocale and Mr. Andrew DeSanto, who no doubt you've had the great pleasure of becoming acquainted with throughout the marketing campaign. Guys, let me share with you the following announcements which are in place to help you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that remain available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, with the balance to be paid at settlement in a flexible 30 to 60 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. All in all, quite a straightforward contract. Everything is in there, everything's quite clear. So buyers, it is my highest recommendation what we offer for your consideration and competition here today. Here number 1 Redfern Close in the heart of Thomastown, a great family location. If you look up and down or in and around Redfern Close, you'll see some very house-proud owners, and it's very rare that the opportunity presents itself in the surrounding streets, because when you buy into this location in Thomastown, you buy for the long term. This is where you create memories. This is where you grow your family. And if you'd like to start that journey today with you and your family, what a great opportunity stands before you to get the sold sticker up on the board. If that is your goal, right now is the opportunity to secure that, right, buyers. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for number 1 Redfern? Who'd like to start us off, buyers? I don't mind the bid. Start me where you like. I'm in your hands, buyers. I've had my say. Time for you to have yours. Our instructions are crystal clear here today with to get a sold sticker up on the board. So if that is your goal too, right now is the opportunity to do that, buyers. An opportunity to start from a position of strength to show every other potential competitor here today that the keys do in fact belong to you. Who'd like to start us off, buyers? I don't mind the call. It takes a brave soul to raise their hands first in the auction. I don't mind the call, buyers. Where can I see you start? At 650, a bit light on, but I'll go with you, man, at 650,000. Welcome, best of luck here today. At 650,000, fairly being offered, and I'll take participation in rises of 25. At 650,000, now looking for 675. At 650 the bid. At 650,000, fairly being offered, bargain basement buying at that at 50 now. At 650,000. At 650,000, bids here at 50. At 650, opportunity with every other potential buyer here today. At 650,000, once at 650, are we all done? At 650,000, second call. 675. At 75, at 675, strengthening your position. Love the strategy at 75. At 675,000, looking to be round off at 7. At 675. At 675 the bid. At 675,000, 700, can I suggest in the rise? At 75 now. At 675,000, fairly been offered now at 675. Got to be 700 in the rise. First call at 675,000, done.
700, Rob.
At 700,000, welcome, best of luck at 700,000. Fresh spin against you, bam, at 700,000, 7 there. Make it 725 in the rise at 7. I've got, make it 7 1/4. At 700,000, fairly been offered. At 700 the bid. At 700,000, fairly been offered. Bid here, opportunity back with you. At 700,000 now. At 700,000 here, am I right at 7? At 725, Rose? At 710, I'll shorten my stride, get you back involved at 10 now. And the same courtesy at 10 if you like. At 720,000. At 720,000, the quick retort at 10. At 720,000, fairly been offered. At 720, the bid and 30 got. At 730,000 and 40 now. At 740, got to be 50. At 740,000. At 740,000 now, fairly been offered at 740 the bid. At 740 at 50 got. At 750 and 60. At 760,000 now. At 760,000, still representative of great value now at 70. At 770 at 80. At 780,000. At 780 and 90, got an 800 beckons now. At 790,000 and 8, even money at that. At 800,000. At 800,000, trying to find a break to say that we are on the market and selling here today. At 800,000, the bid's here. The keys are here. If you've come to buy, you must show me now or forever hold your peace, because we sell away if there's no further bidding at 810 now. At 810,000, at 20, at 820,000, at 820,000, make absolutely no mistake about it. We are selling here today at 20 now. The bid's here. The keys are here. We sell away if there's no better bid. At 820,000 now, playing for keeps at 20. Once at 820,000. Are we all done? Second call. At 25, welcome. Where was that? At 825 now. At 825,000. At 30. At 830,000. At 830 the bid now. At 830,000. Same courtesy over there, ma'am, if you like. At 35 now. Welcome back at 35 and 40. At 84 now. At 840,000. Fairly been offered bids here. 850 now. At 850,000. A great bid at that. At 55. At 855,000. At 855,000. Fairly bid and offered now. At 860 now. At 860 the bid. At 65 got. At 860. At 865,000 bid there. 70, can I suggest, sir? At 865 the bid. At 865. At 865,000, fairly been offered now. At 865 the bid. First call at 865. Done. Second call at 865. Done and finished. Third, final call. $865,000 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent out at 865. 70. At 70, welcome. At 870, ma'am, are we done over here? At 75 now, done over there. 75 got, back in front, back with the keys at 875. At 875,000. So bids there, you're definitely done. 875, 80 if you like. At 875,000. 876. What's that you're drinking there, sir? Some kombucha. 876, 876,000 now. At 876, at 80? 80 now at 880,000. At 880,000, fairly been offered. Can't buy like that, only like this at 880,000. It's a late run, you want to make it count. At 880,000, that might be at that limit. At 880,000, give me one on top.
No, they want it.
Definitely done? Thank you very much for you being here today. We're done here, sir, at 880,000. Thank you once more. At $880,000 the bid. We're on the market. We sell at 880. Bid here. Keys are here. First call at 880,000. All done. Second call at 880. Done and finished. Third, final call, 880,000. All done. All finished. All silent and out at 880,000. Definitely done, ma'am. We're done in front, sir. Done behind. We are selling. 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 So, congratulations and well bid. Please join me in congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts, Rata and Co auction. Have a great weekend. See you again soon. Thank you. Congratulations. Well done.